What's going on, people? This is Romine Radio. I'm Jesse Romine, and we got here DJ Chig. What's going on, Chigger?
Not much.
Everybody doing good today?
Yeah.
It's about mid-afternoon. We want to get into some questions, talk about life a little bit here on Romine Radio. This is episode number 2. We hope you guys are enjoying the ride. Let's get into it. All right, Chig. So what's going on, man? How you doing today?
Good.
How's it? What's it like being a kid, man? You ever get any respect these days?
No.
People pretty much just tell you what to do, and for those of you guys who don't know out there, little Chig, his real name is DJ Chig. I don't know if you want to reveal his real name, but he's my little brother, and he got that nickname from me from back in the day. He was sliding down a hill, and ended up getting chiggers for a while. And the name kind of stuck. How was it? What was it like having chiggers?
Painful.
Was it pretty bad?
Yes.
Well, how long did it take you to get rid of them? It take a good while, or?
About 5 months.
Now, when you were growing up, you had an imaginary friend, and my older brother James wanted me to ask you, whatever happened to Cooter? Tell me about Cooter. Who was Cooter?
He was like the person from Dukes of Hazzard. I was obsessed with it when I was like 4.
Okay.
And that came out to be like that. And yeah.
And he was your imaginary friend?
Yes. For like years.
And what happened to Cooter? Where is he now? What's going on?
I believe he's somewhere in the woods.
Okay.
In a Pagani Hanara. Doing donuts.
There we go. Chig, DJ Chig, he's really into sports cars. Him and his friend Dodge. Tell me about your best friend Dodge. How did he get the name?
Dodge is a kid who loves cars, guns, and bridges. He got the name Dodge since he's a redneck, and the family kind of owns a lot of Dodges.
Okay.
And that's how he got named.
He got named after the truck.
Yes.
The Dodge pickup truck.
Yes, in the game.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, you got to be a redneck. You might be a redneck if you were named after a pickup truck named Dodge.
Yeah.
So, Chig and Dodge, they're really into cars. I mean, I'm 29. Chig, how old are you now?
11.
We're riding down the road. He can tell me more about every car that goes by than I can. And, take it from me. This guy knows what he's talking about. Tell me about some of the fastest cars that you know of. Give me a little bit of information.
You have the Pagani Hanara.
Okay.
The car is over 200. And it's like
200 miles an hour?
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous, man.
Dude, every car I know can go over 200.
Can you imagine going 200 miles an hour?
Or over 220.
220? Mm-hmm. That's like insane. I mean, what? You just got to be in a race car doing that kind of stuff, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, what else? What other kind of cars we got?
We got Bugatti Veyron. It goes to like there's a Super Veyron that goes over to 256.
256 miles an hour. There you go. We're getting close to time travel.
And 1,200 horsepower.
1,200 horsepower. I mean, how does that even compare to like a NASCAR,
NASCAR's just race. You turn left every day. So deal with it.
Drive fast, turn left.
Yep.
Well, anyways, so what about the, let's see here, Need for Speed. Me and Chig just watched that the other weekend. And really cool movie, actually. They didn't use a lot of the computer effects and stuff like that. It seemed like it was mostly real, which I like in movies. A lot of CGI these days, and when they do it for real, it seems to matter. So, what do you think, man? What was your impression of the movie?
I loved the movie. It was like awesome, little tiny bit cheesy, and
Yeah, that one part. There was one part in the movie where, well, we don't want to spoil anything, but there was a very dramatic moment, and the guy in slow mo goes, "No!" He's just like, "Come on, man, really?" So like the whole movie, we were sitting there laughing. Like normal thing happens to the guy. He's like, "Hey, man, you want to go party?" No. You know what I'm saying? So funny. But they had a lot of fast cars in that. What did they have at the final race? What kind of cars did they have?
they had a GTA Spano,
Okay.
a Ford Celine, and McLaren MP4, a red Koenigsegg Erga R, Bugatti Veyron.
That's pretty awesome. Now, little DJ Chig got a real big kick out of the vehicle that I drive. I drive a 1995 Geo Metro. And, I mean, everybody, anytime I see another Geo Metro on the road, my whole thing is I go, we roll, we roll, we roll, we roll. What do you think about the Geo Metro, man? Like, compared to these supercars? I mean, what do you think?
Geo Metro is cool. The only thing is, it's when you put a fat guy in it and you turn hard with a handbrake on, you start rolling into a river maybe, or into a bank or a rock, whatever.
We were just on the way here. My gas tank was on below E. And I'm like, on the highway, there's like a supercar behind me. Tell them what happened, Jake. It was crazy.
Well, there was this 1999 Corvette Z06 that goes by and it just goes, whoa! I guess he didn't like Jesse's exhaust.
That 1995 Air. But listen, I was running out of gas, man. My car was sputtering. You felt it.
Yeah, man.
I was below E. I had driven for it. The car gets, the reason I love the Geo Metro, it gets crazy gas mileage. You get 45 miles to the gallon. And I had driven for at least 2 hours straight on like $20 in gas. And I had meant to get gas before I picked the kids up, but luckily, just barely, we made it to the gas station. But no thanks to the Corvette blowing me off the road like a jerk. It's crazy, man. One of our pastimes, is body surfing.
Yeah.
Big thing in our lives. And it seems like every time we go to vacation, nobody really wants to go into the water as much as me and Chig do. Mason does sometimes, but she's still like trying to get her sea legs, and
She's like a noob.
she's a noob. And she's getting there. This year, we think Mason's going to be in the water on her own a little bit. But I mean, I still fear the ocean.
We all do.
I mean, tell me a moment where you were kind of scared in the water, Chig.
There's a wave that was 3 times bigger than me. I looked up at you guys were cheering me on. Go, Chig, wait, ride that wave. And I was like, whatever, I'll do it. I don't care if I die.
Yeah.
YOLO swag.
What happened, YOLO swag?
Went straight down through the water, hit face planted into the sand, came back up and went like 12 feet that away towards shore.
Right. He actually Jig went to a chiropractor after body surfing at one point because I think his back is still messed up from it. I don't know. Although he does get himself into a lot of trouble as far as, wasn't there one time you were on like a sled?
Yeah, I was on a sled. I came around a corner, black ice. I sling right off the edge of the bank, slam my head into a tree, and I sit there. I'm like, ow. I'm crying, and it was like 6.
I mean, this is serious stuff. You could have got like paralyzed forever.
Yeah. I was doing 15 miles an hour.
Yeah, I mean, that's serious. you were in the. We were body surfing one time. You got a warning pinch.
By a crab.
What happened?
I just feel this thing pinch me. I go, ow! And I was like, oh, what is that?
It kind of hurt, but it didn't hurt as much, and it was like a warning pinch. One time, I was looking for a conch shell, and I was like, "Where's my conch shell?" And I felt something on my foot, so I grabbed it, and as I pulled it up, it was actually a crab, and it pinched me, freaked me out for the rest of the session. Scared me, all those crabs. Got me on my. He pinched me.
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe that's what we walk over.
Kind of scary, but we go to Owl Palm, which is on the coast of South Carolina, north of Charleston, and then we go to Outer Banks. What about the Outer Banks waves?
The Outer Banks waves. You're on an island. That way you look, that's the sound. The other way you look is the ocean, and the waves are huge. I'm afraid to go out there because you can find a skate and probably sting you. Or an eel.
Yeah.
Or a big tuna.
I really don't like body surfing in the Outer Banks.
No, I do not.
Scary.
And two, the water's only up to your ankles.
Until you get way out there.
Yeah.
And then by then it's a steep drop off. Right over your head. Yeah. It's like that one girl we saw on the beach. What was that about?
It was a little girl. She was out with a big surfboard. The little girl was like, I'm ready to come back in.
She was just crying. It's so funny, man.
I were like, what the heck?
Now, there's some people that like to go on vacation. When they go on vacation, they'll go, oh, I'm gonna pay for a hotel, go to Myrtle Beach, get in one of those big, 15-story hotels. That's not really our style. We have a family friend. We get to stay at a cabin. We get into a lot of trouble, having some fun. They've got a golf cart. Tell us about what we come up with on the golf carts. We have these racetracks because the property's huge. We have a bunch of different racetracks. We got the Dockside Raceway.
Breckenridge.
Ridge. Talk about Ridge, dude.
Ridge is basically where...
It's got a name for itself. It's called Ridge for a reason.
There's a lot of wrecks that happen. My cousin, Louie, he almost ran into the pond that's like right next to it. My cousin Luke almost hit a tree. My cousin Austin, he almost hit the tree. And my cousin Luke almost hit a mailbox.
And at one point, even my niece, Mason,
yep,
she wrecked on Ridge.
Yeah, we about went into the pond.
And there's alligators sometimes in them ponds.
And big bass. As long as my leg.
I really don't remember wrecking on Ridge. But you've wrecked on Ridge.
Me and my dad were fishing over there at the pond. And I'm going around this donut track thing. Basically, I'm looking out to the right of the golf cart, and I go into a ditch. I had literally just jumped out and, pushed it out. It's like nothing ever happened.
It sounds like the first time I rode on a lawnmower, it was a riding mower, and I got so scared, I didn't know what I was doing. I was, literally 12 years old or something, and I just jumped off of it, and it kept going straight into the bank. Oh, I went to my stepdad. I was like, "Hey, man, you get that thing? It's burning out in the mud." You know what I'm saying? But so tell them about the other golf courses we have. What else do we have?
We have the Bog Tona that we denied on it because it was so dangerous.
What's that?
The Bog Tona.
What's that?
The Bog Tona.
The Bog Tona Raceway.
Yeah.
What is that?
We had this old racetrack. It was back in
That's the one we
2010.
exiled.
Yeah.
Why did we exile it?
Because it was so dangerous. You had to go around a tree.
There was a hairpin turn there. Mm-hmm. What are the other racetracks we have? We have Wilson Cemetery Drag.
Yeah.
That one you can pretty much just gas it the whole time and do burnouts around. But so. That's one of the ways we like to interact on our vacation. Also at that place, one of the things I wanted to talk about is they have a kayak. And like, the whole time you're trying to figure out what you want to do all day because it takes about 15 minutes to get to the beach. So after you get back, you're sort of stuck at the place, at the property, and it's right on the intercoastal waterway. A lot of nature, a lot of property there. There's a big field. And on the intercoastal waterway, they have a kayak. Well, one time, me and Chig took out a kayak, and we decided we'd try to go underneath each of one of the docks. There's always like expensive houses right on the coast, on the waterway, and they have these docks. So we would lay on our backs as we go under the docks, sometimes under the boards. But one time it didn't work out so well. What happened?
We came up on this one dock. Out of nowhere, a catfish rams into my armpit.
He jumps out of the water.
And I go, ugh, that hurt. Oh, man.
So a catfish jumps out, zaps him in the armpit.
Yep.
He left this bruise or mark there.
Big mark.
It was hilarious. I mean, can you imagine that story? Pretty funny. But that's, and a lot of things is what we're with the family all the time. It's like a big family thing where they all want to hang out on the dock, and at the end of the night we'll play charades or whatever. On Awandale.
Ice cream.
So when we go to Outer Banks, we go with my stepdad's side of the family, and usually his brother and his mother, my grandmother and grandfather go. But then there's Uncle Saul. Tell us about Uncle Saul, Chig.
My Uncle Saul, he's really nice, and he likes telling stories like when he goes hunting or doing something like that, fishing.
So he's real outdoorsy.
Yeah, he's like an outdoor guy, outgoing.
Mm-hmm. Well, you guys went on a plane, didn't you?
Yeah, we went on an airplane ride.
I don't even know if I can do that, man. That'd be kind of scary to me.
After Hurricane Irene hit Outer Banks, we went on a tour. We saw the one bridge that was getting built that it took out partially the side of the island.
There's one highway, Highway 12, goes all the way down Outer Banks.
Yeah, and then they just have this steel bridge, and that was
and
what
this
we
tornado
saw.
ripped right through it. Now it's not even there.
Yeah.
From Hurricane Sandy.
Well, it's there-ish.
I thought they decommissioned that big one.
What,
after the last time we've been
Bonner?
there. No, the first big one.
Yeah, that's Bonner Bridge.
I think it's gone, dude.
No, it's not.
Well, I don't know. I thought since the last time we were there, they took down Bonner Bridge.
They haven't took it down yet.
I'm going to Google this. So what was the plane ride like?
The plane ride was insanely awesome. We're up about 500 feet in the air.
Right.
And
500 feet. That's huge.
And I looked down and I saw a bikini babe.
She was probably like, "Save me!" No. You're right. Well, one time I was checking out bikini babes while we were body surfing, and then all of a sudden Jake was like, "Hey, man, there's a huge wave behind you." I didn't see it.
You got crushed.
I got owned by the ocean. But it looks like Bonner Bridge is being redesigned.
Yeah, buy a new one.
Right.
Which I basically think it's going to be like $3 billion, maybe, dollars just to make that out of the state.
$3 billion.
Just imagine that in a whole wad of a suitcase.
That'd be awesome.
And then getting all spent on a bridge. Sad face.
Give me $3 billion. I'll give you a bridge. I'll take $2 billion and do whatever I want with it.
$1 billion.
Last summer, we're coming up on, it's almost a year since it happened, but I went to New Orleans. My buddy works for the Duck Dynasty family. They have a hunting show, Buck Commander, and it comes on Outdoor Network. So I went down there and saw my buddy Ben Mongold, and actually got to meet the Duck Dynasty crew. Which one's who's your favorite Duck Dynasty member?
Jace.
Well, I like Jace, but I actually got to meet Uncle Si.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere. He's like,
hey, I got to get out of here. It was real late at night. He had just got done filming. But I got to hang out with Willie Robertson. He was real cool, down-to-earth guy. And but what do you think about Duck Dynasty now? I mean, it's the wave is crested, I think. Do you think it's on its way out or what?
well, they already had their last season. The episodes ended. It's not on A&E. You see repeats of old ones.
Really?
Now
It's done.
it's done.
Wow.
It's gone
That's
forever.
Well, I guess they're still going to do the hunting show, though.
Yeah.
I mean, because I talked to my buddy about 2 weeks ago. He didn't know anything about that. He was like, what are you talking about? Duck Dynasty's done? I'm like, yeah, you work for these guys, man. So I guess they're kind of just being low-key about it. I don't really know. But, it was fun while it lasted.
Yep.
Probably get picked up by somebody else, as mentioned. But, anyways. So what about Minecraft, man? You want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure.
What do you think? What's the deal with Minecraft?
It's basically
It's like Legos for computer or something, right?
yeah.
What are some of the things you can do in it? Like, what are you building on Minecraft right now?
I build some parkour.
Parkour, basically like a block thing where they
Yeah.
go around.
And it's real. You can look it up on YouTube.
Pretty big thing to do on Minecraft, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What about Tekkit? What's that all about?
It's there's a lot of other things like computer craft and build craft and
So
other
what it
things.
means? So I guess like there's a regular version, and then they do spin-offs. Like
yeah, it's like a modded
computer nerds
version.
get on there and make modified versions of it.
Yeah, it's modded. It's a bunch of mods, and you can play with nukes.
Play with nukes.
Yeah,
I
make
know.
big holes.
I know kids love that.
They're on a moped.
Well, tell me about the funniest cars to you. What are some of the funniest cars?
There's the 1969 VW Zamba bus.
A hippie bus?
Yes,
Why is that funny to you?
because it sounds like a piece of junk. And I do want to put a good engine in it, not like the old regular bus engine.
Yeah. And what else? What are the other funny ones?
There's a German car called the Citroen 2CV. Like, the second slowest car in the world. It only has 25 horsepower, 61 miles an hour.
Here it is right here. I'm looking at it. Kind of looks like a VW bug.
No, it really does not. It looks like a piece of junk.
What's it sound like? This could be funny. Let's do some car noises. What does a dirt bike sound like? What about a monster truck? How about a Harley? Can you do a Harley Davidson? What about a
It doesn't
moped?
sound like it. Sounds like some guy trying to take a dump.
There you go. One time I was riding down, it was a one-way road, and this Passat wouldn't let me go past him. And we were coming up on a point where I had to get in the right lane. He wouldn't let me in. And he just kept pacing me, like gassing it. And ever since then, I don't like Passats. I hate them.
Yeah.
If you drive a Passat, shame on you. How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you?
And so every time we say we have to go take a number two, we say, "Hey man, I gotta go take a Passat."
Because Passat sounds like poop.
There you go. What about what about like energy drinks, man? Do you think kids are getting into energy drinks these days?
Yeah, I know a couple people that drink Monster.
Okay.
And they're even in 4th grade.
4th grade, drinking Monster Energy?
Yeah.
I can't imagine that, man. I mean,
know.
when I was growing up, if we got like a Coke, I was like bouncing off the wall all day. And here lately, I've gotten into Neurofuel, which has pyrostam in it, which is a chemical that supposedly they use in foreign countries, like in Mexico and stuff. They use it for like people who have dementia. It promotes brain function. And somebody in Kentucky made it into an energy drink, and so it gets your mind going.
And it literally looks like pee.
It looks like Mountain Dew.
No, Mountain Dew.
It looks like Mountain Dew a little bit.
And Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew a little bit.
Then you just mix that chemical in. It smells like really like pee.
Yeah.
Salt.
Every time we go to the beach, we go body surfing, we would have that music playing. So it brings back a lot of good memories. And what do you think? What do you on Minecraft? Is it good, or is it like every other video game where kids are rotting their brains out? Or do you think video games are good for kids in general?
Video games are not really good for kids. It can cause health problems and your eyes start getting red. Like a zombie.
If you stare at them too long.
Yes.
But what about Minecraft? Is there anything positive about it?
Minecraft is a good game to play around on. It can rot kids' memory out. I know a couple people that did that to them, and they always talking about it. And I'm about ready to jump out of the bus.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. My buddy Raleigh just released a song called "The Beach." Let's check this thing out. I want to get your reaction to it. I haven't seen it yet, but let's check it out here. We'll be right back. Here we go.
Singing songs, yeah. Feeling a breeze faces and pass away. The way we keep saying let's not remember it. Remembering back on my bags when you were running around. We won't be getting ready to leave this town. For a beach from beauty, ain't what do you say? You'll be soaking up sun and I'll be catching the waves. We'll be feeling the breeze from your back porch. Smell the city air so warm. Living so free and now reborn. Whoa, yeah, on at the beach. On at the beach. I want to swim in the ocean.
Okay, that was Raleigh Thomas, The Beach. What do you think, man? Pretty cool music video, huh?
Yeah.
I like it. I was a little shocked that he made me look at him taking a shower.
Ew.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But whatever. Hey, you know, a lot of our friends play music. They're creative people, putting themselves out there just like me. And it was nice. But so what do you think, man?
It was a good music video. The thing was, I have to mention, the animation was terrible.
Okay. What do you mean?
Like, you see the car rolling.
In the
and it
music
just starts-
video, yeah, in the
It
music
just starts bumping.
yeah.
It's like so bumpy. It's like.
Okay. Well,
Sorry, Raleigh, bad about that, but
it's just
just
you know,
start practicing.
there you go.
Literally.
I mean, a lot of people put a lot of time into animation, stuff like that, and it was pretty good. It was, you know, it was just the theme of it to be kind of like cheesy and cute or whatever, and looking nice. But I'm not sure if he's gonna appreciate this plug or not.
He's probably gonna hate me.
Anyways, so you know, as far as life goes, vacation is probably the best part. You all right?
Yeah, let's sneeze.
What do you think about like being a kid? You know, is it tough?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
What are the hard parts about being a child or growing up preteen? You're not really a kid anymore.
No, I'm not a kid. It's hard. Life, getting through school, teacher yelling at you a couple times in a day.
You get yelled at school?
Sometimes here and there.
What about what?
Like, if I'm starting to play around with a pencil and I'm still listening, she'll go, "Oh, stop playing with that."
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's like whatever, man.
I was like, "Hey, I'm listening. You shut up."
Yeah. What about, you know, do you have to deal with bullies?
Yes, there's
Are they bullies or just people that are being dumb?
some like being dumb, but couple just being bullies.
Tell me about the bullies at your school. What's going on?
They'll come around and they'll be like, "Hey," and they'll punch me. One time I was just trying to tie my shoe. One just keeps pushing me over. I was about ready to come over and punch him in the balls.
These guys just go around punking people
Yep.
because they're bigger and older than you. So, wasn't there a time when you got punched when you were running a race and they attacked you and they had to go to the principal's office for it or something?
No, they had to because they were like pushing me down and punching me in the stomach, which didn't really hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, I never really fit in at school either. You know? It was just like something I had to do. But, you know, these are the woes of being a kid. What do you think about the future, you know? You ready for that?
Yeah, I'm ready for the future.
You ever thought about it?
No.
Like as far as not being a preteen anymore, like.
Well, I've been thinking about it, being a DJ and becoming famous.
What kind of music you think about? You were like DJing, like what do you mean, like doing weddings or what?
No, it'd be like dubstep or electro dance.
Stuff like that. What are some of the artists that open your mind to being a DJ?
One of them is Deadmau 5.
Okay.
He's really good.
That's like, how'd you hear about him?
I was playing this game on my Kindle Fire.
Yeah.
On Asphalt 8, and it had one of his songs on there, and it sounded really good.
Okay.
And yeah. And then I found out there's one, and the guys' names are Far Too Loud. It was a good song they had on there.
Okay.
Lightbringer.
What about these? What are some of the dubstep songs that they got it wrong, where it's not good?
Well, you counting Skrillex, he's good. It's just some of his music is really like terrible.
Why? I mean, he's one of the more Skrillex is. I noticed that name. Isn't he like one of the more popular dubstep artists? Or
No, because he uses a laptop and a little mixer like you have.
okay, but you know, sometimes they get it right, sometimes they get it wrong. What about these like remixes and stuff? Like you like when they do that?
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, everybody's got to follow their dream, do their thing. You know, whatever. I when I was about that age, I started doing like claymation. And I'm still doing video work, which is, you know, it's my thing. But, you know, if everybody's finding their own way, so whatever, you know. It's all about enjoying life, right?
Yep.
I mean, what do you want to tell the people out there? What do you got to say to them, man? What's your message to the world? What do you want them to know?
You should, like, start getting real jobs. Like the video gamers out there, they'll sit there on their little video game station just
playing away.
Yeah. Get a real job. Stop playing video games for a living. I'm darn serious. It gets annoying after a while.
People just...
They'll be like, little.
So you think kids are wasting their time playing video games?
Yes, and teenagers.
I mean, what should they be doing?
They should go out, get a job maybe at Burger King or McDonald's or...
Make some cash.
Yeah, make some cash.
And then go home and enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, in your free time.
Right. But just don't waste away.
But sometimes during YouTube, you can get paid if you have a YouTube account.
You get paid. You get so many views. You get some cash out of that.
Yeah. Like $1 million.
$1 million?
No, 1 million subscribers.
What would you do if you had 1 million subscribers? What video would you be making?
I would make a Q&A video.
About what?
Like people asking me questions on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. Ask me anything.
Yeah.
What are some of the top websites these days? What do you think? For your generation.
YouTube.
Top 5. YouTube. Gotta have YouTube.
Yeah.
So many good videos. All types of information right there. And we got, you know, some of the other ones would be maybe...
Like Facebook.
Facebook's cool. You get to meet people.
Yeah. But
Talk
sometimes
to your
it's
old
really
friend.
boring.
Talk to your old friends. Facebook is kind of boring sometimes. It's becoming like...
It's this old guy. It literally made it.
The Facebook?
Yeah, he's like 67 or something right now.
Who made Facebook? I don't know. I think it was a younger dude.
I think it was younger. I really don't remember.
Well, they made a movie. It was a younger guy, but, you know, it's like these days, Facebook is like the public's Reddit. Like, hey, look at this link I found. Nobody's really sharing ideas anymore,
Yeah.
right? What are some other websites?
Instagram. That's a good place to go on to.
What I never do Instagram. What's that all about?
It's like you can share your life, like take pictures of stuff, and then you post it,
Right.
and you can find a bunch of YouTubers on there.
Okay. That's
Find
cool.
Sky or something.
Oh, yeah. Some of the more famous people do the Instagram.
Yeah.
Follow along. That's cool, man. Well, I guess it's been great talking to you, Chig. And we should have another show, you know?
Yeah.
Do another talk.
Yeah.
But anyways, man, you know, thanks for having me on the show, and we'll, you know, holler at you soon, right?
Yeah.
So I guess we're going to wrap this thing up.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, take it easy.
All right.
And the princess is in another castle.
Yep.